There's breaking news coming in. The Gujarat BJP chief Vijay Rupani is all set to be the next chief minister of Gujarat, and Nitin Patel is to be the deputy chief minister. I want to quickly bring in India Today's managing editor Rahul Kanwal for more on this. Rahul, last minute change. What tipped the scales in favor of Vijay Rupani?
Gaurav, what we are learning is that Vijay Rupani, our colleague Gopi Manyar, is with us on the line right now. I'm going to take her on our channel as well. She's reporting that Vijay Rupani and not Nitin Bhai Patel will be the new chief minister of Gujarat. Just give me a moment. Let me see if I can put this call. Can we put this on speaker? Essentially, there's been high drama, Gaurav, at the meeting where Nitin Gadkari and Amit Shah were present. Vijay Rupani was the name that's emerged. Can you hear me, Gopi? Gopi, can you tell our viewers why is it that we now have Vijay Rupani coming in as chief minister instead of Nitin Patel?
बिल्कुल हम ये कह सकते हैं कि विजय रूपानी के नाम की घोषणा कर दी गई है। हालांकि इससे पहले 4 बजे अनाउंसमेंट होना था मुख्यमंत्री के नाम का, लेकिन अनाउंसमेंट होने की देरी हुई। जो सोर्सेज हमें बता रहे थे वो यही बता रहे थे कि जो मीटिंग चल रही थी, मीटिंग में हाई वोल्टेज ड्रामा हुआ, वहाँ पे आनंदीबेन पटेल खुद मौजूद रही थी। आनंदीबेन पटेल जो सोर्सेज बता रहे हैं कि आनंदीबेन पटेल को विजय रूपानी के नाम आपत्ति थी। हालांकि आनंदीबेन पटेल ने नितिन पटेल का नाम लिया था, जबकि अमित शाह ये चाहते थे कि विजय रूपानी ही मुख्यमंत्री बने। उसके बाद अब ये फैसला लिया गया है विजय रूपानी मुख्यमंत्री बनेंगे, जबकि नितिन पटेल डेप्यूटी सीएम बनेंगे।
No, so what's the reason? One, of course, is the fact that Amit Shah wanted Vijay Rupani, but after you brought Nitin Patel live on India Today and Aaj Tak this afternoon, he came and accepted. Congratulations. He even spoke about what he intended to do as chief minister. This is a major anti-climax of sorts for Nitin Bhai Patel.
ये साफ तौर पर दिख रहा है जिस तरीके से नितिन भाई का नाम पहले आना था, उसके बाद विजय रूपानी के नाम का अनाउंसमेंट किया गया। जो आनंदीबेन पटेल और अमित शाह के बीच की जो लड़ाई है वो साफ दिखा रही है कि किस तरीके से दोनों ही नेताओं के बीच में लड़ाई चल रही है बीजेपी के अंदर, और किस तरीके से नेताओं के नाम को अचानक ही बदला गया। पहले नितिन पटेल का नाम बताया गया था, उसके बाद अब विजय रूपानी जो है विजय रूपानी को मुख्यमंत्री।
Okay, we're going to leave it there. That's Gopi Manyar, Gaurav. You just heard it from that meeting itself, telling us that it will be Vijay Rupani who will be the chief minister. Vijay Rupani from the beginning had been a favorite with Amit Shah, the party president. Nitin Bhai Patel's candidature was being pushed by Anandiben Patel. See, what seems to have happened is essentially this. One calculation in the BJP was that the Patidar community is very upset with us, and no matter what we do, they are unlikely to come back in time for the 2017 election. Let's push for Vijay Rupani. He comes from the Jain Banya community. At least we'll be able to consolidate the other castes. Now the problem is that the moment you first announce or first indicate that Nitin Patel will be the chief minister, and then Vijay Rupani gets announced, the Patidars could be even more furious. You will just see Hardik Patel. Hardik Patel is joining us now. Hardik, can you hear me? Hardik, आवाज आ रही है आपको?
बिल्कुल बोलिए।
हार्दिक, ये नितिन पटेल की जगह विजय रूपानी का नाम अनाउंस किया गया है चीफ मिनिस्टर के तौर पे। कैसे देखते हैं आप इसको, हार्दिक?
हमने पहले भी कहा था कि गुजरात के अंदर अमित शाह के इशारे पे सब कुछ होता है। ये अमित शाह जी के इशारे पर विजय रूपानी का नाम यहाँ पर रखा गया है। हम इसका भरपूर विरोध पूरे राज्य में राज्यव्यापी करेंगे। हम पहले भी कह चुके हैं कि अमित शाह राज्य को गुंडागर्दी और तानाशाही के शासन में धकेलना चाहते हैं। इस राज्य के अंदर पटेल समुदाय सबसे बड़ा है, यहाँ पर ठाकुर समुदाय सबसे बड़ा है। यहाँ पर विकास की राजनीति नहीं होती, गुंडागर्दी की राजनीति ये लोग करते। तो हम पूरा समुदाय, पूरा राज्य की जनता, युवा सब लोग अमित शाह जी का विरोध करेंगे। आने वाले दिनों में किचड़ में कमल नहीं उगेगा, ये सही तौर पर हम साबित करके दिखाएंगे।
नहीं, आप ये कह रहे हैं कि अमित शाह का फैसला है, लेकिन अमित शाह तो उस मीटिंग में थे, वहां पर विधायकों ने ऐसा लग रहा है कि विजय रूपानी का नाम प्रेफर किया, उनका नाम आगे किया। इस वजह से नितिन गडकरी, अमित शाह जो वहां पे मौजूद थे, उन्हें मानना पड़ा कि चलिए विजय रूपानी को चीफ मिनिस्टर बनाते हैं, नितिन पटेल को नहीं।
ये सब लोगों को बेवकूफ बनाने वाली बात है साहब जी, क्योंकि आज पूरे दिन नितिन पटेल के नाम की बात कर रहा है, शाम को अचानक विजय रूपानी का नाम आ जाता है। तो ये सारी बात लोगों को गुमराह करने की है। सब लोग जानते हैं कि अमित शाह के इशारों पर ही विजय रूपानी का नाम अलाउंस किया गया है, और ये सारी बातें सब लोग जानते हैं। लोकशाही है ही नहीं, उनके इशारों पर सब कुछ होता है।
क्या आपको लगता है कि इससे पाटीदार समाज में जो गुस्सा है वो गुस्सा और बढ़ेगा?
हमारी मांग समाज के हित के लिए, राज्य के निर्माण।
जी हार्दिक बोले। Okay, we seem to have lost that line, Gaurav. That was Hardik Patel speaking first and exclusive to India Today. He's obviously very, very upset. He believes that this is proof of the fact that the Patidar community is not taken care of by the BJP. And in fact, it's what we've seen today is very strange. I'll just ask our producers to pull those images out if we can. Nitin Patel this morning on India Today accepting congratulations, talking about what he intends to do as Chief Minister. We'll just have those images out for you in a moment.
Yes.
He was on our channel this afternoon accepting congratulations, talking about his agenda, talking about winning back the Patidar community, talking about wooing the Dalits, talking about filling in the shoes of Narendra Modi and Anandiben Patel. A major anti-climax of sorts this for Nitin Patel, who's now going to be Deputy Chief Minister. Remember, this has happened to him earlier. In 2014,
Yes.
he was one of the prime contenders to be Chief Minister. At that time, Narendra Modi chose Anandiben Patel over Nitin Patel. And this time too, we're going to show you these images coming in now.
Rahul,
from
I'm
this
just
BJP
quickly
meeting.
cutting across to Ahmedabad
Yes.
to listen
Those
to
are-
Nitin Gadkari, Rahul. These are images, of course, of that BJP office. Nitin Gadkari speaking. Let's listen in.
मैं सभी मीडिया बंधुओं को धन्यवाद देता हूं जो हमारे आदरणीय अध्यक्ष जी ने मेरे ऊपर और सरोज पांडे जी के ऊपर विधानमंडल का नेता चयन करने की जिम्मेदारी सौंपी थी और निरीक्षक के रूप में आज ये मीटिंग बुलाई गई थी और इस मीटिंग में आदरणीय आनंदीबेन जी ने मुख्यमंत्री पद के लिए विजय रूपाणी इनका नाम प्रस्तावित किया। आनंदीबेन जी ने उसी समय उप मुख्यमंत्री पद के लिए नितिन पटेल इनका नाम उन्होंने प्रस्तावित किया। उसके बाद में करीब 10 लोगों ने जो यहाँ विधानमंडल के हमारे विधायक हैं उन्होंने आनंदीबेन जी के प्रस्ताव का समर्थन किया और इसके बाद यूनानिमसली सबने कोई नया नाम नहीं सुझाया, केवल यही 2 नाम आए और इसलिए निरीक्षक के रूप में मैंने विधानमंडल गठ के नेता के रूप में विजय रूपाणी और उसके साथ साथ हमारे नितिन भाई पटेल जो हमारे उप मुख्यमंत्री पद के लिए उनका नाम दिया था, दोनों की जीवन मैं चुनाव हुआ ऐसा जाहिर करता हूं और बहुत उनका अभिनंदन करता हूं और उनके दोनों के नेतृत्व में हमारी पार्टी गुजरात में और विकास करेगी और आगे जाएगी ऐसा विश्वास व्यक्त करता हूँ। फिर से एक बार बहुत धन्यवाद। आप सब विधायकों ने जो सहयोग किया है उसके लिए मैं आपका आभार हूँ।
भारत माता की, भारत माता की। केंद्रीय नेतृत्व અને પ્રદેશના નેતૃત્વને વિનંતી કરી કે આપણા બંને નેતા વિધાનસભા પક્ષના મુખ્યમંત્રી વિજયભાઈ ઉપમુખ્યમંત્રી તરીકે આદરણીય નીતિનભાઈ આ બંનેનું સ્વાગત થઈ રહ્યું છે। આપણે જોશથી ભારત માતા કી જય બોલાવીશું। ભારત માતા की, भारत माता की वंदे वंदे भारत माता की वंदे वंदे भारत माता की કરીશ કે આ બંને નેતાઓનું આપ ફૂકે અને સાલ દ્વારા સ્વાગત કરો। બુકે અને સાલ દ્વારા બંને નેતા અને ઉપનેતાનું સ્વાગત કરીશું। બીજા બધા આદરણીય નેતૃત્વને વિનંતી કરીશ કે આપ આપના સ્થાને સ્થાન ગ્રહણ કરો। આદરણીય નીતિનજીને વિનંતી કરી આદરણીય નીતિનજીને વિનંતી કરી વિજય।
Okay, we're seeing these highly anti-climatic images from Ahmedabad. Anti-climatic, especially if you're a Nitin Patel follower, supporter. He's now bowing before Nitin Gadkari and touching the feet of Amit Shah. This man, till this afternoon, believed that he would be the new Chief Minister of Gujarat. He went channel hopping after coming to India Today, went to multiple other stations, accepting congratulations. Now he's been told he'll be Deputy Chief Minister. In his stead, Vijay Rupani, who comes from the Banya Jain community in Gujarat. He has been made Chief Minister of the state. Remember, Vijay Rupani was a strong Amit Shah nominee. Amit Shah was backing Vijay Rupani all the way. Now, while Nitin Patel had the support of Anandiben and also of the Prime Minister, he's worked closely. You look at his body language. At this time, he's projecting an image of being calm, of being in control, of not being very upset. But mind you, there will be ferment deep within, because this is not something Nitin Patel would have expected Gaurav in the least. This morning he was on our channel accepting congratulations, talking about what he intended to do, to assuage Dalit anger, what he intended to do to win the Patidars back. After that, completely anticlimactic this. Very dramatic developments, all of them breaking first and breaking right here on India Today, Gaurav.
And Rahul, within the BJP and within Gujarat BJP, in that Anandiben Patel camp versus Amit Shah camp, this is the Amit Shah camp that triumphs. But how will this pan out in the days to come, where the BJP has to take on not just the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress, but perhaps the anger of the Patels and resentment of Patels within the party?
You're right, because this is not something, Gaurav, that the BJP would have liked to do. Remember, what's the message that's gone out? The message is one of the BJP not being, at least this morning and this afternoon, being in fully control of what was going on. The script seemed to have gone out of their hand. Remember, Narendra Modi never originally wanted Anandiben Patel to be eased out. He'd worked very closely with Anandiben Patel for more than 2 decades. He wanted her to succeed as Chief Minister. But the manner in which first the Patidar community agitation went out of control, and then the Dalit uprising after the Una incident, he was left with no option. He had to let Anandiben Patel go. He would have liked to have a very easy, calm, comfortable transition. This announcement was supposed to happen at 4 p.m. this evening. It couldn't happen. The meeting which was supposed to started only at about 5:15, because before that there was a lot of jostling taking place. Remember, the Patidars will be upset because they've already had this huge anger building up amongst them. Hardik Patel reflecting that anger, feeling that the BJP is not doing enough for them, and now with a virtual announcement of Nitin Patel's name, then a retraction and Vijay Rupani being brought in is not going to go down well. I want to go across to my colleague Rajdeep Sardesai. He's joining us on this broadcast. Rajdeep, just this afternoon, we had Nitin Patel on our channel accepting congratulations, talking about what he intended to do as Chief Minister, and at 6 o'clock this evening, we are breaking the story that not him, but Vijay Rupani will be Chief Minister. Nitin Patel only gets to be Deputy CM. What are you making of this, Rajdeep?
It's pretty astounding, because even at 4 p.m., I spoke personally to him before he was going into that meeting. He accepted congratulations and said that we will meet when I come to Delhi, that this is the fulfillment, of course, of a long dream that he has had of leading Gujarat, and said it was a victory for the leadership of Amit Shah and Narendra Modi, who are choosing him. All this happens at 4 p.m. and as you're right, 2 hours later he's made Deputy CM. Vijay Rupani, who is an Amit Shah loyalist, is made the CM. There are 2 reasons for it. One is, let's be honest, Rupani is seen as a more effective administrator, as well as, more importantly, has a greater grip over the party machinery than Nitin Patel does. However, he belongs to the Jain community. He is therefore not belonging to any of the dominant castes or groups of Gujarat, politically influential groups. To that extent, there will be a question whether, as you rightly said again, that the Patidar community, which has been in some state of flux for the last year, how they will see what some are seeing as a slight of Nitin Patel, how will they react to this decision? But most importantly, I think what happened in the end is that the BJP has decided that in the short term, if this is to be a short-term stopgap arrangement, they would rather have someone who has a complete grip over the party than a token Patel as the Chief Minister. The question is, why was this decision left so late? Was he given enough indication that he would be the CM? And if so, why then has, at the last moment, this decision been taken?
I'm losing that audio line with Rajdeep. We'll try and patch it once again. In the meanwhile, I want to go across to GVL Narasimha Rao, national spokesperson of the BJP. He's joining us on this broadcast. GVL, this afternoon, Nitin Patel was on India Today, elsewhere too, accepting congratulations for what he thought was his appointment as Gujarat Chief Minister. At 6 p.m., you overturned that decision, announced that Vijay Rupani will come in his place. What's going on? What's the message the BJP is sending out? Why is there so much confusion?
No, Rahul, there can be a lot of speculation, but until the legislature party meets and takes a decision, I think it's not final. And it's a very democratic decision that the BJP has taken, as always we do. And the party, this is the team. Unlike what Rajdeep seems to speculate again, this is the team that will lead the BJP into elections in 2017, and they will come out triumphantly in the election. We are very confident with this new team. We will certainly be able to win a decisive mandate in 2017 again.
So can you explain to our viewers why Vijay Rupani, in the estimate of the BJP, was a better candidate to be Anandiben Patel's replacement rather than a Nitin Patel?
Rahul, I think it's very unfair. I think it's difficult. See, there are so many able leaders to really occupy the office of Chief Minister, but the state can only have one Chief Minister. And the party, in a very democratic manner, consulted all the MLAs, elected MLAs of the BJP in the state, and made its choice. And once the decision is taken, the entire party rallies behind the leader. And I think both of them are ministers, senior ministers, even in the outgoing Anandiben Patel's ministry. Both of them have had excellent track record. I think it's a win-win for the party and for the leaders. And certainly, I think
Few moments before you came on our channel, GVL, we had Hardik Patel with us. He said that this is proof of the fact that the Patidar community is always insulted by the BJP. That first, you give an indication to Nitin Patel that he will be Chief Minister. He comes on channels accepting congratulations, and then you ultimately ease him out and make way for someone like a Vijay Rupani. The Patidars would naturally be upset. How will you deal with that?
I think these are, I would consider them to be very superficial comments and analysis and the likes of Hardik Patel. You don't even expect, he doesn't represent a community per se. And the BJP has had the steadfast support of the Patidars, both the Leva Patels and Kadwa Patels. We have had only a Leva Patel as Chief Minister for the past 2 years. And prior to that, Mr. Narendra Modi helmed the Gujarat affairs in a very, very successful manner. He himself does not come from that community, but it is not a matter of which community or caste the leader belongs to. It's a question of offering governance that really appeals to the people of the entire state. And the cynical outfits which really want to really flare up this kind of agitation will only have to eat their words, will only have to take a step back. The BJP has always had the support of all communities, including
once again, let's talk about brass tacks. The reality is, Anandiben Patel and Vijay Rupani never got along. Anandiben Patel always felt that Vijay Rupani was trying to undercut her. She may be former Chief Minister now. She still enjoys a certain amount of support in the Gujarat BJP. Now that you've chosen someone against her wishes, even though she'll never admit this publicly, she naturally won't be very upset. It shows somewhere that there is a divide in the Gujarat BJP. There is not a united house.
Rahul, this is the beauty of democracy. It's unlike the Congress party, I think, to which a lot of our friends in the media are used to. Unlike Mulayam Singh Yadav, who has the control over his party, unlike Nitish Kumar, this BJP is not a party of any individual. BJP is a democratic party, and the party is much, much, much bigger than any individual. So certainly, I think every leader, minister, MLA, Chief Minister, they all have to follow under the framework of the party. No individual can really, or no particular group can really dictate terms to the party. It's a democratic party, and we certainly have chosen the most able people to lead our party into the elections.
Okay, interesting. Thanks so much, GVL, for joining us with a BJP perspective on this story. Interesting there, the BJP naturally trying to portray a message of unity and unison. I want to go across now to Kamlesh Sutar. He's our correspondent in Ahmedabad. He's tracking this meeting. Kamlesh, it's been an evening full of dramatic developments. First, Nitin Bhai Patel is accepting congratulations till 4 p.m. Between 4 and 6, a dramatic shift. Suddenly, Vijay Rupani is brought out. Give our viewers the inside story, a blow-by-blow account of how this dramatic decision was reversed. Kamlesh.
Well, Rahul, we were tracking the entire developments since last couple of days. But today, when Nitin Gadkari, the central observer, was to arrive in Ahmedabad, he was to hold a meeting with the party legislators. But before that, all of a sudden what we see is a meeting between Nitin Gadkari and Amit Shah that takes place at the Circuit House. Now, whatever we know about the developments for last couple of days, this meeting was nowhere in the itinerary. Nitin Gadkari comes, straight away heads to the Circuit House. Amit Shah joins him in another 5 minutes. And we can understand that Nitin Gadkari was the observer appointed by the party. Amit Shah being national president. Another surprise, the surprise of the meeting was Vijay Rupani's presence into that meeting. Now, just a couple of days before, he was the person who had said that I am opting out of the race. I am not interested in running for any CM's post. I am happy with working as in any organizational capacity. I have been a man of organization and have conveyed that to the party. Now, all of a sudden, after that, what we see is Nitin Patel, who was the front runner, all the criteria that was being given, that was being considered, that he is a Patel, he is from Saurashtra, is a grassroots leader, all that, and all of a sudden he comes second in the race, and Vijay Rupani, who himself said he wants to quit out of the race, comes as a front runner now. Between those two.
Okay, we're having some issues with the video signal. I'll try and fix it in a moment. Thanks, Kamlesh. We'll come back to you in a moment. But interesting here, till late this afternoon, Nitin Patel and a lot of others believe that he would be Chief Minister. Dramatic developments after that, Vijay Rupani coming in. Remember, Amit Shah is very close to Vijay Rupani. In some senses, it also settles that debate, if ever there was one, about who's the boss of the BJP in Gujarat. Is it an Anandiben Patel or is it an Amit Shah? Vijay Rupani is an out-and-out Amit Shah person. He is being chosen. Remember, because he comes from the Jain Banya community, the same community that Amit Shah comes from, it's a numerical minority, and therefore, in the caste calculus of Gujarat, it is, Gaurav, a tricky decision to have taken, because you've got the Patels who have been very upset, the most dominant community when it comes to the vote calculus of the state of Gujarat.
Yes.
They will not like this very much. Vijay Rupani has a tough task. But remember, and I think that's the point that GVL Narasimha Rao was alluding to, Narendra Modi is a Kanchi Teli. He's not a partidar either. Therefore, if he can win the battle just by the work that he does, by the command he has over the party machinery, the government machinery, that's the assumption that the BJP has, that maybe Vijay Rupani can do the same. Nitin Patel did have a few negatives. He wasn't seen as much of a doer, as a man of action. He was seen as somebody who tend to indulge in loose talks, wouldn't take quick decisions. Those things went against him. But the fact is, Vijay Rupani has a very, very, very tough task ahead. He's inheriting a divided party machinery, clearly set out in different camps. Can he bring them together with very little time left? Just a few months to go before the big 2017 elections. And remember, the RSS, Gaurav, has already said Gujarat is the most important election, much more than even Uttar Pradesh. This is the home state of Narendra Modi, of BJP President Amit Shah. They simply cannot afford to lose. It's a high stakes battle, and we've seen a very significant decision being taken in that battle this afternoon.
And Rahul, it remains to be seen what tipped the scales in favor of Vijay Rupani. He is an Amit Shah loyalist, so an Amit Shah team that wins the internal battle. Will this Amit Shah team take the entire Gujarat BJP team together and win the bigger battle? Remains to be seen at this stage, Rahul.
Oh, absolutely. It's way too early. Remember, and we've been assessing the data from Gujarat very closely. The thing that goes in the BJP's favor is that the Congress isn't really bouncing back with any great strength. Naturally, because there is a strong anti-incumbency against the BJP, the Congress being the primary challenger has that advantage. But it's not as if they've really energized their machine, or they have a chief minister in waiting like maybe a Sachin Pilot in Rajasthan who's been working hard on the ground, young, energetic, somebody who can be seen as a face by the voters. They don't have anybody like that in the state of Gujarat. That's problem number one. Problem number two is the Aam Aadmi Party is beginning to make inroads. We don't know yet how deep those inroads are. That hasn't been tested numerically, but they've made some inroads. So if they take away, say, 5 to 10% of the anti-incumbency vote which is going away from the BJP, vote which should have come to the Congress, but instead goes to the AAP, that actually helps the BJP. Remember what happened with the Akali BJP combine in Punjab. what happened was similar. You had the PPP, the Punjab People's Party of Manpreet Badal, taking
Yes.
away a certain chunk of the anti-incumbency vote. As a consequence, in a close two-fight, two-race election, where you've got the Congress and the BJP, it's the Akalis who won in Punjab
Yes.
because of the PPP. Could something similar happen in Gujarat? That's the question. Unless either the Congress bounces up or it collapses completely like it did in Delhi.
Okay.
That will be a very, very critical factor in determining who wins the battle for Gujarat next year.
The battle for Gujarat is that next big battle. Rahul Kanwal, for the moment, many thanks for joining me. Keep tracking that story. I will come back to you for more. And these are visuals of celebrations already on the streets of Ahmedabad. How long will this last? Will be a big focus story. So Vijay Rupani will be the next Chief Minister of Gujarat. We leave you with these images. A quick break. Back with lots more. Keep watching India Today.